you the same thing. Keep it here. 1 minute. Can you shift it up? Hello? Yes.
Yeah, it looks okay now. But we need to keep angles correct.
YouTube से join करिएगा.
One person should be here. Here will be recording. Right? So, Vikram, is it okay? We put check this. And then. Vikram. Have you checked this YouTube or Vikram? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay, sir.
Is it okay? Just check me whether the banner is coming or not at the back.
Yeah, banner is okay, but there is very less light near the podium. Your face is.
I'm 6 feet. Yeah, that's why it's like this. Hello.
Hello.
I'm 6 feet. No. Hello. Is it okay?
Your face is not visible.
What are you saying?
It's very dark there.
No, not like. He will do. Presentation. Who is here? Get us. Sir, come. Sir, presentation. Okay. No, you don't have internet here. Yeah. Sir. Or you can mail it to me. You have a ATM? Yes, sir. Will it come to here? Yeah. Perfect. Sir, Paris, follow mic and presenter is also but yeah, I'm being informed to maybe go and
Good morning, Rakshit sir. We can see you. Rakshit sir, can you hear us?
ಸರ್ ಹಾಕದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಹಾಕಿ ಟೇಪ್ ಇದೆ
ಟೇಪ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನಕಾಂಬರಿನ ಕೊಡಿ
Very good morning, Modi. Just check with camera connection. No, it is not appearing on YouTube.
ಒಂಚೂರು ಬೇಕಾ ಇನ್ಸುಲೇಷನ್ ಟೇಪ್
ಅವ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ.
If it comes on Zoom, it will go on YouTube live.
Zoom, the camera is not detecting. Just check.
Can I-
Camera la.
Can I check my PPT?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it's coming.
Yeah.
Don't have a pointer. I don't have a USB port in this. I'll check if I'm carrying it or not.
Perfect. So, sir, after the inaugural, they remove all the chair so that just connect the cable. Change the cable. Check whether the camera output is coming.
Team Secretariat, please share the digital banner.
Madam, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
ದರ್ಶನ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇದೆ, ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದೂರ ಇದೆ.
Perfect.
Right.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
So after this inauguration, then I
ಇದು ಬೇಕಾ? ಎಷ್ಟಿದ್ದಾವೆ?
ಮೇಡಮ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ ಬಿಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಯಾರನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಸಾಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ.
Whose camera is that?
ಹಾಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದರ್ಶನ್ ಬೇಕು ನಂಗೆ. ಸಾಕು ಸಾಕು ಒಂಚೂರು. ಕೊಡಿ 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 ಕೊಡಿ. ಹಿಂಗಿಲ್ಲ? ಓಕೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸಾಕಲ್ವಾ?
What happens is, sir, we have one more alternative. One more alternative we are checking.
Hello. Hello, Shubham Sampath.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yes, Kumar Vikram.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello. Sir, is it okay? Sir?
Clear is it?
Zoom near. That banner is coming perfectly. Runendu, banner is coming now. Back to. एक मिनट। చాలు చాలు
చాలా
చెక్ చెక్
సార్ అక్కడే ఇక్కడే
చెక్
సార్ ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಯಾವುದು ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಯಾರು ಸರ್
May I request some of the students to please come forward? This session is for only for you. After 30 minutes of long session, we have the internationally renowned speaker, Dr. Rashid Rangan, who has already joined us. And we are very fortunate to hear him today. Please come forward. Students at the back row, all the three back rows, idle from here.
Hmm? Down. Blue light is there. No, now it is open, Shauri. You tell Siddheshwar to close. Tara. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ? ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಇವ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಇವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆಮೇಲೆ
Yeah, very good morning. We are just waiting for the DCP sir. He's going to just join us within 2 minutes. We are going to begin the session within 3 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
aspire for one thing, a safer environment where they can work, grow, and live freely. Here's Aditi. Her thoughts are limitless, and she works hard each day. But some elements try to disrupt the safety around her. She smartly gets them out of her way, focusing on what she loves. In the same building lives Asha, the homemaker who takes charge of her family. But on some occasions, unforeseen and unwanted elements bother her again and again and pull her down, making her sad and vulnerable. But Asha won't allow anyone to make her feel uncomfortable. She blocks harassment immediately. In fact, many women like Asha ensure to call out harassment, reporting such numbers to the police and getting emergency help on Women Helpline number 112, available on QuickTime or Truecaller. By doing this, they ensure these harassers harm no one else. They do their part in building a safer world and growing a community of good people. Young Sarah works hard to champion the world and embraces all the good around her with open arms. But sometimes she crosses paths with people who don't mean good. But she ensures that her guardians are always looking out for her whenever she is outside traveling. This makes her feel safe with no compromise. It's not okay for women to be harassed, and here is something that you can do about it. Aditi, Asha, and Sarah are you, I, and every woman who is responsible for creating a safer world for herself and everyone around her.
Very good morning to one and all present here. So hope all of you enjoyed watching that small video. So I would take this opportunity to welcome you all on behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering for the hashtag True Cyber Safe, which is a joint venture of Cyber Peace Foundation and Truecaller. So before we get started, let me tell you a quick short incident. So all of you might be using social media, and especially you would be using Facebook. So maybe a year back or something, this started. People started creating, fake accounts on Facebook and sending friend requests, and that was not a major issue because people used to sometimes accept the friend request or reject that and be happy. But later, what happened once, even I got a Facebook friend request. And since I knew the person, I accepted the friend request. Then what happened? I got a message on the Facebook Messenger saying, I want some amount of money. I am in very much need of this money. Since I knew the person, I just contacted that person through phone call and found out whether it was actually the person who sent me a message, and I got to know it was a false message, so I didn't transfer. So what if it was a person who is unaware of this, and maybe he really feels that his or her friend is asking for the money? They might have even transferred. So there could be a situation where people transfer money and they have also lost money. So there are a lot of cases reported where people have transferred money to these fake accounts and people have lost money. So why is this happening? So why I narrated this incident was, why is this happening? All of us feel we know what to do when we are using the internet, but still we face a lot of problems. And sometimes knowingly or unknowingly, we fall into the trap. So cybersecurity is basically the practice where we protect the systems, networks, and all the programs from these kinds of digital attacks. So implementing this cybersecurity measures effectively is particularly challenging today, that is in the current situation, because currently it is said that there are more devices than people in India. So that is where the attackers are becoming more and more innovative, and that is the need for us to be aware of these attacks and cyber crimes. So Cyber Peace Foundation is the world's first non-profit civil society organization and think tank of cyber and policy experts with the vision of pioneering cyber peace initiatives to build collective resilience against cyber crimes and global threats of cyber warfare. As a pioneer in Cyber Peace Foundation is on a mission to promote technology for good beyond the borders. Among the very few organizations in the world working for peace, Cyber Peace Foundation stands to be the first NGO in the world to work for cyber peace. The aim of the organization is to empower through knowledge of threats, risks, and opportunities. Cyber peace also acknowledges the importance of conservation of cyber ecosystem in the same manner as we work to protect our real world environment. And the foundation is highly committed to this cause. And Truecaller. So all of us might be using Truecaller app already. So we are all aware of Truecaller. So Truecaller is the leading global platform for verifying contacts and also blocking unwanted calls. So as we saw in the video of Truecaller, there could be even several times what happens. I get several spam calls and sometimes I don't bother to block them. Why? Because I keep getting the spam calls from various numbers. So how exactly Truecaller does it? So Truecaller, as I mentioned, is currently used by around 310 million active users all over the world. And this is the first go-to app for people for caller ID and spam blocking. So now let us look into what is this hashtag True Cyber Safe, why this initiative has come up. So this awareness program will help building a team of volunteers who can support online safety both in a preventive as well as reactive manner. Participants will get a chance to learn about online risks, prevention, and also actionable steps that people can take in case they are targeted. It will also focus on improving the capacity to access the digital world in a safe manner. Cyber frauds and its impact on the community is what is the main motive. And this hashtag True Cyber Safe program is being launched in various states of India, and Karnataka is one among them. And I'm very happy to share that BMS College of Engineering has been chosen to launch this program. Now I would take this opportunity to invite the dignitaries on the dais. Mr. Purnendu Singh, who is the Director, Operations and Strategy, Cyber Peace Foundation. Ms. Pragya Misra, who is the Director of Public Affairs, Truecaller. Mr. Angadi, who is the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Crime Branch, Bangalore City. Shri Aviram Sharma, Trustee, BMS Educational Trust. Dr. S. Muralidhara, Principal, BMS College of Engineering. Srimati Pramila Naidu, who is the chairperson of Karnataka State Commission for Women, was not able to attend this launch program and she has sent her best wishes for the event. Also, Dr. Sharanappa SD, IPS, City Crime Branch, was unable to attend the launch program due to his busy schedule. He's also sent forward his best wishes, and on his behalf, we have Mr. Angdi with us today. Now, I would take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Jyoti S. Nayak, HOD, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, EMS College. Now, I would request Principal Sir to welcome Purnendu sir. National. Okay, before we welcome all the guests, so I request all of you to rise for the national anthem. Now I request all the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp and praise this occasion. Now I would request Principal Sir to welcome Mr. Purnendu Singh. Now I would request HOD to welcome Ms. Pragnya Mishra. Now I would request Dr. Indrama to welcome Mr. Angadi sir. Now I would request Dr. Gauri Shankar sir to welcome Abhiram Sharma sir. Now I would request Dr. Nagratna ma'am to welcome our principal. Now I would request Professor Lohit JJ to welcome our HOD. Now I would kindly request our beloved principal, Dr. S. Muralidhara, to address the gathering.
Good morning. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my colleagues, and my dear friends. I wish to extend a warm welcome to all our distinguished guests and participants to this BMSC, BMS College of Engineering was just for the sake of information to the dignitaries on the dais. Our guests, BMS College of Engineering was founded in the year 1946 and by Sri B.M. Srinivasaya, a great visionary and philanthropist, and later nurtured by his illustrious son, late Sri B.S. Narayan. In fact, this was the first private engineering college in the entire country in 1946. So we have come almost 76 years, and in this 76 years of journey, we have achieved a lot, and now we are in top 100, within 100 ranking in the entire country. In fact, in the top 100, even Indian Institute of Science, IITs are there, so we are competing with them. I'm proud of that. In today's world, cyber safety is playing very important role in our life. The sudden surge in the users and data flow in digital space is redefining the very notion of critical infrastructure in the cyber domain. We have been using this digital platform more and more nowadays, even for transaction. We use digital methods, and we are very, very vulnerable for all cyber attacks and frauds. The use of internet and network security cannot be disregarded. While no network is 100% immune to attack, a stable and efficient network security system is very, very vital. Recent survey says India is amongst the top 3 countries in the world facing cyber attacks, including ransomware attacks and others. At risk are the state and business secrets, personal identities, client data, vulnerable banking and financial transactions. More so in defense and critical installations like ISRO, DRDO, and other things. So we have to be very, very careful. In fact, they say in future the war is going to be cyber war, not the regular war. That's what they say. Fortunately, nothing should happen. So we need to secure cyberspace by preventing cyber attacks, reducing national vulnerability to cyber attacks, minimizing damage and recovery time from cyber attacks. There is also a need for capacity building through greater skilling of cyber security professionals in the country. Cyber Peace is one such non-profit organization, and in fact, even Truecaller is also doing a lot of good work, because even for me, when I receive any call with only number, I don't receive it. I will look into the Truecaller and find out whether I know the person or not, because a lot of spams and other things keep coming. Today, we are very fortunate and happy to launch program True Cyber Safe in Karnataka at BMSCE in association with Cyber Peace Foundation and Truecaller. I wish all the success for this webinar on being truly cyber safe. So I congratulate the Department of Computer Science for organizing this event, and I congratulate all the office bearers of the team which is behind this. So I wish all the best for the participants And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of learning for you, and you're going to be much alert, at least from tomorrow onwards. Thank you. All, God bless.
Thank you, sir. Now I would invite Mr. Purnendu Singh, Director, Operations and Strategy, Cyber Peace Foundation, to throw more awareness about the program.
Good morning, all. First of all, I'd like to thank the guest on dais and everybody out here. Today, I'm sure almost every one of us is using one or the other device, right? Guys? Yes. And a lot of us know driving as well. We do. But someone who doesn't know driving, will that person take a car and just hit the highway? How safe will it be? Not safe, right? It is similar in the cyber world right now. Technology is ever evolving. We are seeing new things coming up, new features on the platforms coming up. But what are we doing? We are just using it first, then getting to know. And most of the time we've seen that when we become victim or when we are about to get victimized is when we start learning the safety and privacy features. It should be the other way around. Learn about the technology, know the vulnerabilities, know the risk and threats, have the safety procedures, privacy features all in place, and then use it. That's the need of our. And younger generation, as we've seen during the pandemic, our usage has gone multifold. We've started using technology. It was the savior for our studies during the pandemic, right? We were able to continue our studies, connect with people because internet and technology was there. We had devices, and like ma'am said, we have more devices than people across the world, not only in India. So we need to make sure that those devices are helping us and not putting us in danger. Through this program, through CyberSafe, we aim to do so. We aim to empower people so that they know what are the risks, what are the threats, and how do we tackle them, how do we handle them. But one thing that I'd like to make a request to everyone, and you will see in the technical session also, you would learn a lot of tips and tricks. Please do not keep those tips and tricks to yourself, because India is a huge country and we cannot reach each and everyone. The last mile reach still had to come. So if all of you spread this message across, we'll be much faster in doing so. I would like to thank Truecaller to give us the platform to spread this message across, and BMS College of Engineering to launch this program in Karnataka. I'm deeply happy to know that this is a pre-independence college, which I got to know yesterday, and to be here is an honor. So to start our program from such an organization is a pleasure for all of us, and let's make sure that we make the most of this program and we get the most benefit out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would invite Shri Aviram Sharma, Trustee, BMS Educational Trust, to address the gathering.
Good morning to all, and good morning to the dignitaries also. I was part of IT company for around 15 years, so I know the importance of cyber security because we were hacked. We have to put walls and we have to communicate with all the IT guys. Please ensure that we don't have such attacks again. So it's one of the most important thing in today's world, and it's one of the major thing that is also coming up. Now we have seen courses on cyber security coming up. We have seen a degree now is given on cyber security, and each companies are looking for cyber security. So have this session as a learning, which will surely help you in future. And with Truecaller, as sir mentioned, it's a additional boon to us because I receive a lot of call. You might also receive for loans and other things from different banks. They get the numbers, but we don't know how. So with the Truecaller, we would know from where the call is coming, and we block it, and we don't call them back also. So it's a good initiative, and as sir mentioned, that it's the first BMSC has been one of the starting instrumental for this collaboration. So thank you, sir, for all this, and hope you have a great session in the next coming 2 hours. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Abhiram Sharma sir has to leave, so even our beloved principal sir has to lead the inauguration. So now I would, as a token of gratitude, from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Narasimha Rao sir would hand over to principal.
A small correction. Principal sir, I would request you to give a memento for our guests from outside.
As a token of gratitude, now I would request our principal sir to hand over this token of appreciation to Mr. Purnendi. Now I would request Abhiram Sharma sir to hand over a token of appreciation to Pragya ma'am. Now I would request principal sir to hand over a token of appreciation to our guest, Mr. Angadi sir. Now I would request our HOD to hand over a token of appreciation to Abhiram Sharma sir. And also a token of appreciation to our principal. Now I would kindly invite Mr. Angadi sir to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Dignitaries on the dais and those who left the dais and off the dais. Today it was a last moment decision. And I had to come to this function. Our DCP Crime 1 was invited for the function and he was busy. Just we do not want to just make students unhappy. So that I came late for 10 minutes. I'm extremely sorry for that. And already 2 people have spoken on this dais. Our first of all, head of the department and the principal, sir, have given and provided an opportunity to the students to learn about this cyber security. And I congratulate Cyber Peace Foundation as well as a Truecaller. It's a very important event, I think. It should be, because Nowadays, cyber security is a challenge, and investigation is also a challenge for us. Earlier, what criminals used to do, they used to practice orthodox method, but nowadays, after digitalization, everything is changed now. Our Cyber Peace Foundation, sir, while speaking, he told who is not a good driver, he is met with an accident. I tell you, who is an expert driver, he is met with an accident nowadays. However expert you may be on the road, but everybody is not expert like you. Some people are dangerous, some people are violent. They come and hit you, you become a victim. You are an expert. Those who know everything about a cyber, you become a victim. And true caller is there, it's very true. One example I am giving you, not one person from Puttur receives a threat call, you will be killed like one person who was earlier killed in Mangalore. You will be killed on the road like this person. There is a threatening call. Case was registered in Puttur police station and police come to, they originated from Bangalore. They visit a Bangalore one place and they visit there, they don't find anything there. Only one machine was kept there and only one servant was there to look after that. They could not understand what they inquired him. Sir, this is our exchange. We receive call from Middle East and that is transferred to Indians here. They could not understand, they left there only. It was a crime. How it was committed, I tell you how it was. Though they came to know that from where the call came, but it was like a local call. The display of the number was a local there to the Mangalore man, Puttur man. But actually that call received from Middle East. All international calls are converted as a local calls and local number will go to the receiver of the call. And how the cheating was taking place there, 10 rupees 1 minute, these people were charging 1 rupees per minute. That was also not paid to the service providers or a government. You might have read this last week only, it appeared on the newspaper. It was called a SIP trunk. And another we just detected, another crime. They use SIM. One box will be there, our hundreds of SIMs are put there. 24 hours call comes there from Middle East or foreign countries, and there also there is a provision that all international calls are diverted as a local calls and the cheating takes place. And we just raided this place. During the inquiry, he disclosed, sir, some Puttur people also came here and they could not understand, they left the place. Why I am telling you, it's a big challenge to us. And one person was a software engineer, he left the job. And he just took 2 of his members who were doing some loan business, loan agents. He targeted only his colleagues, about 50 colleagues, those who were working in a software company. He promised them, if you invest money on this app, I'll make it double. How to invest money? If you don't have money, I'll get you loan from the bank and invest in me, I'll make it double. All the engineer colleagues invested money, and this man, with the help of this bank agents, loan agents, at a time he used to get a loan from 10 banks used to apply all the banks. One loan is sanctioned, before that is updated in the computer, he used to get loan from all other banks also. And first month he paid 10,000 rupees. This engineer was supposed to pay 7,000 rupees as an installment to the bank loan. He thought, oh, 3,000 rupees entered in my account. Now it is a profit. 1 month, 2 months it takes place. And after 6 months, it was closed. There is a loss. And another example I can give you about hundreds of crores of rupees cheating. Share hash, one application, loan. It is an app. You have to just download from the Google. There is a share app. You might have read all this, whatever I am telling you, all reported only. Cyber reported cases, I am just bringing to your knowledge. Share hash is an application. If you download and invest, it's a crypto mining app. It is cryptocurrency mining app. He promised that he would get a machine for you and your money will be multiplied. It was supposed to be inaugurated in the month of January. And again he says, because it is full of all the customers have invested, we want to share have to introduce a new app. It is share hash 2. You can invest double the amount and you will get 4 times more. How these people fall prey to these offers. And supposed to be opened on 8th or 9th of January. The people go and wait for after 10th. That app was withdrawn from the Google app, missing. In that case, we have recovered 17 crores. We expect the fraud is total about 50 crores in Karnataka. In other states, it's more. So far, we are able to seize about 17 crores of rupees from there. And Bengaluru police, I want to just bring to your kind notice. Earlier, there was only one police station in a Bengaluru city, cyber crime police station. Our inspector who is holding charge of police station, our Chandrakala madam, she is also here. She is the head of that cyber crime police station. Earlier, when we started this, after 1 year, they cannot just accept the complaints. It rose up to 8,000, 10,000 complaints per year. And from 2020, another 8 police stations, cyber crime police stations started in Bengaluru city. There also, after 1 year, 22 year now, so far we have received about 4,000. We are in the month of June. 4,000 complaints have been received in all the 8 plus 1, 9 police stations. Now just I want to bring to your knowledge and one best initiative what our Bengaluru police have undertaken last year. Dial 112, like dial 100, it's a dial 112. If any fraud victim, I request all the fraud victims, and you also can tell your victims, there is a golden hour. If fraud takes place and you will come to know immediately, you call 112. Within 2 hours, it is called a golden hours. If you lodge a complaint immediately, within that 2 hours, by sitting here only on the mobile, you can call 112 and pass on all the information, whatever, how this fraud has taken place and what information you have with you. And you will get an acknowledgement for having received that is called a Cyber Information Report, CIR. that number you'll get. Within 2 hours, our people from there only, 112, where you lodge a complaint, the message is passed to the concerned banks. If money is withdrawn from your bank, it should go to some fraudster's account. Immediately, that is blocked and that is seized. That's in all over India, and other state capitals are also, they are very much interested and they want to adopt this system. We need not go to the police station, finding where is which police station, where it has taken place, where were you, location, jurisdiction. There is no need at all, wherever you are. You are a victim of fraud, online fraud, you can lodge a complaint by dialing 112. It is appreciated by all the other state police and they want to adopt our method here. That's a good initiation. Like this, I can give you hundreds of cases being registered and investigated, and we have a plan to introduce a system, data center. Earlier, what we used to do in the police department, as you know, is a chain robber, chain snatcher, theft, housebreaking theft. These all the crimes and criminals data was with us. Nowadays, we are planning to have a crime and criminals data regarding cyber fraudsters as well as a drug peddlers. Because it is a menace now. We want to keep a data of all those people so that how we used to surveillance, keep a surveillance over the criminals, we want to keep a surveillance for all these people. And at last, just I tell you, with the initiation of Cyber Peace Point and Truecaller, it's a good adventure, I tell. Just you keep your activities, awareness programs more and more so that people will be aware. And at last, I have told you, however expert you may be, you are likely to hit by some another expert also. Be careful and thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a really informative one. Now I would invite Ms. Pragya Mishra, who is the Director of Public Affairs, Truecaller, to throw more light on this program.
Yeah, thank you. I think enough people have thrown enough light on this matter, and it's going to happen for the next 1 hour as well. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. Not long ago, I was on that side, and I understand how boring it can be when you hear monologues for hours on end and don't really have any actionable items that you can take away. So thank you, sir, for really sharing the modus operandi of how these crimes take place. And I think, you know, from Dr. Tandon, who's going to be conducting the technical session from here on, you're going to be listening to many more of these similar scams that are going around. And he works very closely with a lot of the police forces and the cybercrime division at the center, just like Truecaller does. And so, you know, we know about the more recent matrimonial scams, job scams, and also very many which are emerging because during COVID, obviously, the only way we were communicating with our friends and family was just over a phone, right? Whether that was instant messaging or doing video calls or receiving calls on a regular phone. And that is where Truecaller plays a really important role because just like in the real world, we want to know, and we have cameras now at our door to know who's knocking on our door before we can actually open and let somebody in. We feel Truecaller is akin to that, where when somebody calls you on your phone, you should have the ability to know who's calling you so that you can take that right decision on whether you want to take that call or not. And we've also moved ahead and replicated that in the SMS as well. Because as you know, the SMS inbox is also beginning to be really crowded. And while You might have your conversations with your friends and family and personal conversations on other instant messaging platforms. But most of our conversations with government, with our banks, which are really critical communication, still lands in our SMS inbox. So we found a way to really manage that effectively so that you know what are the messages which are promotional. They directly go into the promotional spam inbox, and the ones that are important to you, like transactions, like your tickets from Make My Trip or wherever else you go book your tickets, those important information sits in your main inbox. So, we're trying to do overall take steps so that communication or in the digital world increasingly becomes far more trustworthy by using Truecaller, by making it safe and also efficient, because if you know who's calling you, you can take a call whether you want to pick up that phone or not. So I think I just wanted to share a few of these initiatives, and I think what Sir was mentioning about having a database of people who are obviously have sort of a history of committing fraud. What we went ahead and did during COVID, I'm sure all of you must have experienced this, when at the height of COVID, people were in need for oxygen concentrators, for critical pharmaceutical drugs, and at that point, a lot of people committed a lot of scams and also frauds. And so what we went ahead and did is we tied up with the Ministry of Home at the center and the Cybercrime Division and took a number of these numbers where FIRs were filed against those particular people and marked those numbers within the Truecaller community as COVID fraud. So that when that person decided to actually call the next person and say, of course, I'll send you an oxygen concentrator, please transfer 25,000 rupees, you were aware that this guy was actually about to commit a fraud and you were more wary and did not go ahead and fall for that trap all over again. So there are a bunch of, I feel like a bunch of signals that we provide on our platform, and we do it with crowdsourcing. So when people like you receive a call and actually mark that as spam, our systems get an added signal to say, this is somebody who is spamming people. And that's how our platform really functions. And I know there's been a lot of myths floating around about where does Truecaller come from. So I just thought I'll lay that out very quickly, and then I'll be over to Mr. Tandon, who can talk about the technical session. But we're a Swedish company. We don't really have links with any another country, which is near us, which we have any conflict with. We're very clearly a Swedish, a Scandinavian company. Our culture is truly embedded there. And secondly, I think there is a lot of privacy concerns around how Truecaller is used. So I would really like to lay that at rest and tell you that, when you download Truecaller from the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, we don't really share your phone book data, or it's not uploaded in anywhere on a server, which is how people think that Truecaller works. It actually works because people like you saw in the video, Community for Good, actually help us making sure that added signals are provided, so that today I might just be Pragya as a user, but very soon I can become a telemarketer and a spammer and a scammer. And so how do we really create that context for you so that the community at large stays safe? So this is going to be an ongoing agenda for Truecaller, and we're going to continue doing this more and more. We, of course, with this program, we aim to reach about 5 regions of the country and train about 16 to 17 lakh people. But that's not where we want to stop. We want to keep moving on this, because prevention is far better than you actually going and catching people. And we've heard this from many police people, whether that's in Delhi police, or we did a similar training in the Northeast region, where if you guys are aware of the kind of scams that are going on, it's more likely that you're not going to fall for them. And that is easier than actually reporting that crime and all the investigation to take place, because that takes months. But if you're aware and you don't fall for it in the first place, you'll be far safer. And that's what we want to do with True Cyber Safe, where we can make you much more aware of what is going on, what the kind of different kinds of traps that people are setting. And this is a constant cat and mouse game. We might share 5 examples with you, and folks are going to come up with 10 more sophisticated versions of this. And so while, of course, you're going to be engineers and you understand the technology behind it, but very often human psychology is something that you learn with experience and wisdom. So I hope you don't fall for it and actually get that wisdom from all the learnings that you're going to get today for the next 1 hour. And do go out and share it with your other friends and family, so that they can also communicate in a really safe way. And of course, needless to say, if you're not using Truecaller, download it, guys. It's going to help you, and it's going to help you stay safe, both on your SMS communication and also on your calling world. So please do that. Thank you so much. And thanks again for prioritizing this over everything else and blocking your 2 hours and being here. We really appreciate it. And go out and tell more people about this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would invite Mr. IL Narsimha Rao, Project Manager, Cyber Peace Foundation, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Right, from this particular program, hashtag to cyber safe. I think at the entrance you have been given some 2 pamphlets. Can you show it? Kept it inside. Oh, good. And I hope you have gone through that. There are a lot of tips that have been there, the new initiatives that have been initiated, and I hope you have got the badge. Thank you all for joining us for this particular session. Let me just thank all the dignitaries over here. DCP sir, Angadi sir, thank you very much for coming over here, sparing his time and sharing his thoughts with respect to cyber safety, the incidents, and the 112, my dear friends. 112 is a wonderful number for all of you and your family members. Please promote it at the to everyone so that everyone cannot lose their money. Let me thank Pragya Mishra ma'am, Director of Public Affairs, Truecaller. A round of applause to her. She has traveled all the way from Delhi for you to interact with you, and she will be there for the session. And we have Dr. Rakshit Tandon sir, who has also joined from Delhi, who will be taking the session for you. We also thank Purnendu Singh ji, Director, Operations and Strategy, Cyber Peace Foundation. Dr. A.S. Murlidhara, Principal, Aviram sir, who is the trustee, and a round of applause to our Jyoti Nayak ma'am and Lohit JJ sir, who has coordinated this particular event. And we were very happy to know that the BMS is the first engineering college in India, and we were so excited to have the launch program over here. And we have done that thanks to these 2 great people, Jyoti Nayak and Lohit sir, and all the volunteers who are present here, and all the participants. I know you are all CSC students. You are looking forward for a technical session, and who can deliver that session other than our Dr. Rakshit Tandon sir, who is a well-known person all over the world. So thank you everyone, and thanks to all our volunteers who have participated in this particular program, helping us for the success of this program. Thank you BMS College and the management. Thank you all for joining us. We are going to begin the session immediately. May I request Lohit sir, JJ sir, to please take over.